Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're doing a gameplay with the brand new Galaxy, what am I saying? Invincible Jaylen Brown. He has not had a card since his Galaxy Opal, but this card does look pretty good. He's a 6'7" point guard, has a change jumper. There's a lot to like about the card on paper. I don't love the fact that very similarly to James Harden and Cade Cunningham, 2K didn't really soup this card as much as they should have. They're starting to do that with Invincibles, which is kind of lame. They're making the Invincibles a little more mid. Now that they're giving away more and more ways to get Invincibles for free for people who are grinding and stuff, which I'm not a big fan of. But pretty much everything about this card, except for one or two things, does still look elite. And I think he's going to be a very good point guard option. So I'm excited to try the card and see what he can do for all my Celtics fans out there who might be considering picking up JB. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's see what this JB card can do. A 6'6" shooting guard with a 99 offense and defense, of course, 99 stats across the board with badge wise. 12 legends being posterizer, limitless range, post lock challenger, off of pass, pick toucher, glove, and movable, lay it mix master, set shot specialist, lightning launch, and on ball menace. Bunch of Hall of Fame badges as well. Let's see what this JB feels like in freestyle. Jump shot wise, it looks very, very solid. He's got Oscar upper. I forget what the base is, but I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. What is it? Oh, it's Jarrett Culver base. That's what it is. Jarrett Culver base, Oscar upper. It's not bad at all. And he's got pretty good movement. I mean, he's got Kemba escape. He's got Trey behind the back. He's got Garland size up, which isn't bad. It's decently quick, but he's got D-book dribble style, which I am not a huge fan of, obviously. It's one of those things that just kind of really limits a card at this point in the year, I feel like, in terms of their ability to really be a great shot creator, because you can't come off of things like I can't do a drag back and then burst out of it. I can't size up and then burst out of it. I can't do double Trey escape and then burst downhill, or double Trey behind the back and then burst downhill or something like that. Like, there's just, you're a little more limited in terms of how you can move. You pretty much only have the push cross, but you have to have a certain amount of room for the push cross to be able to trigger properly and get the animation off and create the space. You already have to have space to create more space. And it's just, I don't know. It's a little bit of a limiting factor for this card for sure. Do I think he has the potential to be all right? Yes. Do I think he's going to be pretty good? Yes. But do I wish he had better dribble style? I do. And honestly, I mean, Garland size up obviously isn't ideal at this point in the year either, but it doesn't really matter as much. I just think at this point in the year that every card, especially point guards and shooting guards, like ball handlers, should all have Garland dribble style. Should be on every single card at this point in the year. I don't understand why 100 overall Terrence Ross and 100 overall CJ McCollum get Darius Garland dribble style, but Invincible Jaylen Brown does not. That doesn't make sense to me. That being said, let's hop into a game. See what JB can do. Alrighty, hopping into this game. My boy John doesn't play a lot of Showdown. I do appreciate him letting me do this gameplay on his account. Much appreciated for sure. We're not going up against the craziest team ever. We're going up against a tier 10 player, and he's got 100 overall Lonzo Ball, 100 overall Kyle Korver, I think, although it might be the Galaxy Opal. I'm really not totally sure. Opal Purvis Ellison, 100 overall Cat, and I'm not actually sure which Giannis that is yet. So it's 100 overall Giannis as well. So a full 100 overall lineup, unless that Korver isn't the 100, which I really don't know if it is or not. That's actually a really nice shot. Green Bay, good shot by my opponent. Gets himself on the board, and let's push the floor here. Jaylen Brown also does not have the Aaron Fox crossover. He does not have Zach LaVine step back. He just isn't quite as souped animation wise as the Invincibles were when they first started to come out. That's a forced bad shot by me. I got to take better shots than that. I thought Lonzo was going to touch that screen more than he did, but that doesn't make that a good shot. And then my opponent pulls up and drills it. He may not have a great squat, but that's a great play right there. Knocking down the pull up three and taking himself a 3-point lead. Dribble penetration from JB to the rim. Nice little windmill slam. And we got ourselves a 5-4 lead. Not bad, but I will say, initially it's just like you don't have all the stuff that you really like when it comes to a lot of the shot creation. You know what I mean? When your opponent overruns something and you can use Levine step back to create space and get a 3-ball when they're trying to recover. The ability to Francis into an escape or something like that, and be able to get a little bit more space off versus a mediocre size up. Like all this stuff, it's like, does it really matter that much? And to some people it's like, no, it really doesn't. But once you're actually playing the game, you do notice how much like little things like not having this sig or not having that sig do actually matter, especially at this point in the year. And I think it can be kind of tough to it could just be a little bit tough when you have cards that are not as complete and you're going up against similar level or other good players who do have better cards. And that's why, to me, like a guy like JAYLEN Brown is just a little more limited in terms of his movement, not atrocious, but at this point in the year, not competitively elite either. And his jumper is kind of the same way. I feel like it's a pretty good shot, but I wouldn't say it's absolutely insane. It's not super hard to contest. It's not ridiculously fast. I mean, it's just a good jump shot. If that's also the case, it's similar boat where it's like, I don't know. I look at this card very similarly to the way that I was looking at that Galaxy or Invincible Cade and Invincible James Harden that both came out this past weekend, where they were both fine cards, but 2K just felt like they did a worse job with those guys than they did with the first Invincible PGs that they were dropping. And I miss again. This dude's Lonzo is boxing me right now. Goodness gracious. He's gonna, okay, he didn't jump there. I thought he was definitely going to jump. That might be open enough. That is absolutely open enough. And I finally green. Good shot. There you go, JB. Way to get yourself a 3. Finally, 7 points on the game. We missed several 3s before we were able to get that one, which is good. So at least we got one. I just initially, like, for example, Invincible Lonzo Ball, Invincible Luka, Invincible LeBron, Invincible Larry Bird, or sorry, Invincible Magic Johnson, Invincible... Who else? What other Invincibles have they dropped? All the early Invincible point guards seemed like they were all getting pretty much the same SIGs, at least the Friday Invincibles and stuff. And I guess JB's a Tuesday Invincible, but Cade and Harden are both Friday too. That's a great slam. Really nice finish. Love to see it. Especially Garland dribble style. The other stuff, it's like, okay, whatever. You don't want to put that on, that's fine. But Garland dribble styles, it's not a deal breaker, but it's a very important thing at this point in the year. And it's one of the most important attributes or parts of a card's real shot creation ability. And as of right now, I'm not initially insanely impressed, if that makes sense. I don't know. That might just be me. Y'all let me know what y'all think, but I'm not initially super encouraged by these SIGs. It's one of those cards where it's very similar to what I said about Cade and Harden, in that if you are a big fan of this player, if you are a Boston Celtics fan, you want to use JAYLEN Brown, then hey, this is a good card. He will compete. He is good enough that you can compete and have success. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. He is absolutely good enough so that you can do that. That being said, that's a steal. Great defense. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at my other monitor for a second. We managed to recover and look back just in time to get ourselves a steal. Love that. Go off of this. Pro 2, that's deep. That's too deep, and I mistimed it anyway, didn't I? Yeah. Not by much, though. I thought I mistimed that more than I did, apparently. Is that Opal Darius Garland? Well, he's wide open for 3. Even Opal Darius Garland's gonna hit a wide open 3. I mean, he is a good shooter. He's just an Opal. Drive the ball here out to JB in the corner. Pump fake. He flies by. Shot. Come on, JB. There you go. Knocks the second 3 of the game down. He's up to 12 points. Love that. It's not that this card's not usable. It's again, he's a very solidly usable card. Almost every card that comes out at this point in the year is. But when you look at him and you go, he probably could have been. He doesn't feel like an Invincible SIGs wise compared to what they initially introduced us to Invincibles as anyway. You know what I mean? He feels like a Dark Matter or 100 overall. And even those cards are getting, I don't know. Even those cards, oh, he's going to quit. All right, there you go. Even those cards getting better SIGs though. So I don't know. To me, it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, there is, I would say, at least decent value to this card, and I do think he's still very good. So I don't want to sit here and act like he sucks by any means, because he absolutely doesn't. So with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.